So we do have some flat Earth to go through tonight. We didn't see it coming, but then all of a sudden QNFE put out a video where he is now showing what we've been showing for the last 7 years. So
No, 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 no. I started to show that some years ago, but we go into detail a little bit later.
unique situation where we're going to be showing people that Q is actually telling the truth now.
Oh, I never show the truth. I always lied in thousands of videos. Get lost, man.
It's a truth that matches what we've been saying for the last 7 years. So we're not going after him. This isn't a hit piece. It's not an attack.
Okay, anything you say about me that is untrue in this video is a hit piece and an attack. So you need to correct that in the next video.
It is to show everybody that he's now capitulated and sharing what we've been sharing for the last 7 years.
So we call this hit piece number 1.
Here comes Q, and we're like, okay, we check it out. And I guess because he's in an argument where somebody's trying to defame the SunCalc and all the different programs that we use, timeanddate.com, trying to state that they're somehow globe Earth websites, which is the most ridiculous thing. QNFEE got, annoyed and decided to show everybody what data actually shows. This is something that Jason already brought up. We've been doing this I've been doing this for over 8 years with the exact same arc and the path of the sun, whether your position on the plane will dictate the angle and the direction of the way that you see the sun and the moon and all the stars and how they operate inside the sky. One thing that QNFEE doesn't really talk about is that there's two polar rotations in the sky.
No, I can't talk about two polar rotations in the sky because everywhere we look south, we see a polar rotation. Idiot.
We're going to be showing when Q was with us, when he was communicating with us. There was a time period, everyone, that Q was sort of considered part of the team. Ronnie and I were communicating with him.
Buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, we knew what he looked like because we had done Zoom calls with him in the past, and then
if I interact with somebody, that not means I am his buddy or his friend.
So he had kept his physical appearance hidden for a long time, but now he's recently come out and he's showing it.
So, you think my face adds something to my videos? Nothing. My face is not important. It have nothing to do with the stuff I show.
Going through that video, going through Q's video, showing how he is now showing the path of the sun exactly the way we've been showing it. He's actually even using the same tools that we've used this whole time to show it. Yeah. So there's this copycat thing. So
what the fuck you talk about, copycat? You copy my stuff. The stuff you show I used many years ago, idiot.
We're gonna get down to the point where, Q is still doing this over the AE map.
Yeah, you know why? Because it have the correct directions, unlike your retard map.
A model, because remember, he's the guy that made that Gleason's that everybody.
He painted it. He took it into Photoshop and he brightened up the colors, right? And he tagged it. Everybody that's got it, you can zoom in on the spot, you'll see his tag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Oh, the Gleasons. Let's see about my tag. I'm famous.
And so he's invested in it, and he's probably not going to let that go, but he's now showing the sun rising from Earth and setting into Earth. Yeah. And this right here is the big kicker.
Okay, that is a hit piece number 2, I think. So I just colored that map and I put it online and put my name on it. Let me see if that is true. So I downloaded this map like this, all damaged, all wrinkled up because it was damaged. Here's scratches. And this hand, there's supposed to be two on this map. I took it out and recreated this part. It's totally damaged and dirty. And I did a couple of restorations on this map. This is not some simple coloring in Photoshop, because this map is printed on a cloth and you cannot just paint it. Then you destroy the nap of the cloth. You understand that? So for example, these scratches here, all damaged. In the map itself, all scratches. I took them all out without destroying the pattern of the cloth. I spent more than 100 hours on it, idiot. And I created even for another version a totally new outer ring. With 720 tiny stripes, which represent minutes. Oh look, I even made a version with details on how the map works. And look at my ring. Oh, look at that. You cannot have this on your map. Your map is just shit compared to this map. This is the only interactive map in existence. So I have this Gleason map here with this up I created. As it is, as it was, I recreated those hands. The Gleason map had two of those, and it can easily calculate the time difference between the two hands up to the minute. So if we move this needle, then we can see the time difference between the needles, between any two locations. This is how it was. It's a very nice time zone difference calculator and sun time calculator, I must say. It calculates the time when the sun is overhead for the observer on a longitude. So that is sun time. In the old days we used sun time. It was very different back in the days. Sun time. We have here some old map that show the local sun times. We can see it's not a full hours difference. You see that? That's local sun time. Oh, I love it. I love my own apps. It have a perfect working coordinate system. I can move the time ring to anywhere I like. So I don't need those two hands from the original Cleases anymore. I can set the time on any location. let's say noon in the center of Australia. And then I pick my own coordinate. And then I can calculate the hours in between. I can use this needle for it, of course. So this needle always correspondent with this longitude. It doesn't matter if I twist the map or the needle. I still have to do some work on the code and add some more functions. I like my own toys. This is how it was. But I made it a little bit better. So idiot, it's just coloring. No, I spent 1,000 hours in total to do all this stuff, you idiot.
And you know, he's spent the last 7 years supposedly debunking that the sun is doing circles overhead like that, while continuing to promote that map. So
I can't use your map for it. I need to use the Cleasons for it, like I just show you why. Because you can do all kinds of fancy things that don't exist on your map. The point is, I don't need maps with visible land masses. I can do it like this. It's all about the coordinate system. You understand what it is and how it works. Remember, I can navigate blindly to any location. There is no way you can fucking do this with your retard map. So this is the reason I use this map. You cannot even do this with a globe. You cannot do this with any map. Only the Cleasons. That's why I like it. Oh look. The moon. The circling moon. Yeah, that clearly don't work.
I'm curious to see where he goes from here. Now that he's saying that the sun is rising and setting from Earth, how does he... The multiple sun thing, it was something that he was saying a long time ago, and you know, to an extent that's true if you're saying that every single person has their own sun, because that's true. The way it's projected to you, a person 10 feet away has a different angle, a different perspective to it, and so it's to your eyes only that you get to see that perspective.
I totally agree on this, but you make it appear that I changed my mind like last week, and that is not correct. We have to go years and years and years back when I found out this circling sun was not working.
These are the types of parameters that we've been discussing. With the higher you rise in altitude, the larger the circle the sun has to travel around you, right? We've been showing that you can never get to the end of a rainbow, right? Because again, it's at a fixed distance from you.
That's just bullshit. I think you missed one of my latest video about this dude. The Southern Israelites.
I don't know.
Let's have a look at this video.
This is so cool.
What is it?
We're in the rainbow.
What is it? What does it mean?
This is the most beautiful thing.
can never get to the end of a rainbow, right? Because again, it's at a fixed distance from you.
It's moving with us.
I know.
There it is. We're gonna drive through it. Here it comes.
Here it comes. Ah,
What does it mean?
we did it. We drove through the rainbow.
So, that was the black swan of rainbows. This video clearly shows you can drive towards them sometimes. Yeah, the black swan of rainbows.
So let's keep wrapping on some of the facts that Q's been talking about that I've caught that actually are good, right? So another great observation that, so QNFEE, what does it stand for again? You remember the acronym?
Network File Explorer.
Q,
Right?
Q Network File
Explorer.
or Execute or something, but
No, not executor. The last E stands for something different, and you can guess it, piece of shit.
so he's into that. He's into coding. He's into all that stuff. So what he pointed out is he's had some good observations. Back in the day, he talked about how if it was an AE map, we would have to see through Russia to get to the stars at night from Canada.
Yeah, that was a great debunk, one you never could have think of. And it not debunks the map itself. No, it debunks the mean celestial bodies and the mean sun, the virtual ones that are created to go round in 24 hours. And that fake flat earth group like to use that, just like the ballers use it, because you need it to make a circling sun or make the globe go round in 24 hours.
Now he's talking about how the closer you get to the sun, the colder it gets. Right? So, okay, well, what's going on here? We really need to ponder this point that Q's brought up. So the higher you go in altitude, the colder it gets, and you're actually supposedly getting closer to the sun. So it looks more like this Earth realm seems to be that where the sun interacts on the surfaces is where the heat is created.
That is something I mentioned for years, not since last week or so. Years and years and years. But nobody listened to me. Now you are the first mentioning it. The sun is not some heat source. On 10-kilometer altitude it's still freezing with 35 degrees Celsius. And the sun have to pass through kilometers and kilometers of a freezing layer and end up on Earth's surface as heat. And on the globe model, those magic sun rays have to pass through a 90-kilometer thick layer with temperatures from 0 to minus 90 degrees Celsius. And then end up as heat again on Earth's surface.
So it looks more like this Earth realm seems to be that where the sun interacts on the surfaces is where the heat is created. Only when it reflects off of surfaces.
Not a totally correct theory, because otherwise the snow on mountains would melt. And we have warm temperatures high on mountains, and that's not the case. So you have to adjust your theory.
There's so many things to be talked about that I'm glad to see. I was happy to see QNFEE actually model up the correct path of the sun.
Oh, stop here. I always use the correct part of the sun, correct sunrises, correct every correct direction, according to Sun Calc and the Nautical Almanac. So that you and other people don't understand, if I add more times of the day in that sun part, then I would have created the part of the sun. What is that you don't understand, mister? Do you understand? When I model up, for example, 2 locations, sunrise and sunset, that's the part of the sun, but only 2 moments of it. If I add the direction of the sun each 30 minutes, then would have created this arch. Do you understand that? No, it's hard to understand that people don't understand what I point out. So if I model up 2 times of the day on this map with the sunrise and sunset, or 24 for each half hour, then I create this arch. Do you understand that? I can't help. You think this is not correct? Because it's only 2 points of the whole arch. You see that? My modeling is correct up to the 10th of a degree. And I can help. People cannot figure out. You need to scale this down. They might still think this sun goes around. And this is perspective bullshit that flat earthers like to push. We can name a ton of them. They explain everything away with perspective. Like the ballers explain everything away with gravity and refraction. Pieces of shit.
And the other point that he made, not to steal all the thunder that you might have prepared, was that he showed that the arc of the sun's path in the north, it doesn't match with the roundity of the Earth's calculated spherical distance around, right?
Yeah, he did that too. So it's good that he's debunking the globe, and it's good that he's actually showing the real path of the sun where it comes out of the ground and sets into the ground. And now the next step is just for him to give up the one pole map, because Earth's got 2 poles. You gotta have a second pole.
No, we don't need that pole. We only need the directions of the celestial bodies and a working coordinate system, of course.
Let's go ahead here and take a look at, so he's responding to somebody in a comment, and now he's going to get into his globe debunk, alright?
Before we continue, you see my friend Alton here. And years and years and years ago, you accused me being Alton. You remember that? I was the leader of a big group of shields. All the shields on the internet. And I was also Alton, according to you. Or you think I'm talking to myself in Telegram and have nothing else to do than talking to myself? Oh, look what they say here. I talk about you. And I say, the 2 butt pluggers finally have a video I can agree on. Because you not use your retard map in it. And that can I support, because your map is totally off and wrong. It's not good. So again, you think I'm talking to myself here? Piece of shit, liar, moron. Works the best on flat maps.
Whoa, what do we have here? Alright, so he takes that path that was generated and he sticks it on a flat plane, and what does it show?
Whoa, the same thing as here, only way smaller. Exactly the same. Same arch. So this is only for the blind. Any human with a working brain can figure out if we place 2 or 3 of these arch sizes on other locations, then they would interfere with each other. So you must scale this down. But it's exactly the same. Oh look, NAAP Labs. Astro, UNL.edu. Huh. Solar system models, basic coordinates, and seasons, rotating sky, not rotating Earth, motions of the sun, planetary orbits. Let's try motions of the sun. Ah, here, motions of the sun, sun pods. Let's try motions of the sun simulator. Oh, here it is.
Oh, here it is. So, just so happens we'll be showing 3 weeks ago we shared this on, guess what? Flat Earth Friday. And we're showing the path of the sun around the observer. We've been really harping on getting people to see this path is horizon to horizon around you. The sun coming out of Earth, setting into Earth. And we shared this 3 weeks ago. Now, Q's never shared this before, so there's this copycat thing. So
Again, you're saying something that is untrue. That is attack number 3. So, I use these tools for about 4-5 years, and my videos back that up.
and we shared this 3 weeks ago. Now, Q's never shared this before, so
Okay, now I'm going to show the people you are full of shit. You copy my stuff. Oh look! 3 years ago! I used these tools for like 5 years. Some videos were on my other channel that got deleted. But here I have the proof, 3 years ago. You want another one? Yeah, you're full of shit. Here, look. I use all these tools. You see that? I love those tools. Oh look, another video. 3 years ago. Yeah, I use those tools. And I found this video where I show a similar thing. Yeah, sunset and sunrise. And we need to cut the globe in half for that.
not only is he now jumping on board with the sun going around us, he's using all the same tools that we do too.
No, it's the other way around. So idiot, I show a couple of videos where I use these tools, but I have about 10 videos, maybe 15, where I use them. So how could you have missed them? Oh. Oh. Oh look. Oh.
Yeah, that's exactly how
Simulator for the day.
that's how it
Part of
works.
the sun. Oh, now it's gone.
Yeah, set into the ground in a person's circle of sight.
That looks more than 180 degrees. That looks more or less 260 degrees. Oh yeah, look.
There's the path, everyone.
That is 2/3 of a circle.
Yeah, see, the sun's not 3,000 miles up.
Just like in my previous video. That globe with a 260 degree circle. That is exactly like in my model.
Exactly like the model that we did, right?
Oh, look. I love to play with it. So, Exos, you don't understand. I'm clowning as if I see this program for the first time. No, I showed you I used it years and years ago. I don't like to play with it at all. I was just clowning, idiot.
So that was great, right? He's got his model in. Then he goes on to show how there's too much curve in this. That's not really what we're here to talk about tonight. Yeah, all this stuff is fake. There's definitely way too much curve in it. But what we want to talk about is the path of the sun around the observer. So, let's just get oriented for the people that are new to this map. I may have moved a little too quick. This is the Hotine oblique Mercator. This dark blue area is from a different map that doesn't have as good a graphics, but has the same type of layout. So I'm using the maximum amount of map space from this map, which gives us the best detail.
It's actually a coordinate system.
You've got the North Pole here, the red line's the equator, the yellow is the Tropic of Cancer, and the Tropic of Capricorn.
Do you want to pause it?
Sure.
One thing to point out here that we generally want the people in the AE community to understand is positioning the path of the sun, the moon, and the luminaries in their personal circle of sight along the sinusoidal wave that you see here actually corrects and allows the sun to rise due east and set due west twice a year on this projection or the coordinate system.
So during the equinox, on your map, it rises in the east, it sets in the west, and using the coordinate system. So on the March equinox, we have a 90-degree sunrise and a 90-degree sunrise here, virtually on the same moment. On the same longitude. You understand all the data works in a harmony. You cannot change anything. It's like a row of domino stones. If one drops, the rest will follow. And if you take one out, then you break the chain. That's like how the sun data works. So you can never change it. It's like a chain. There is totally no sequence in your map. So the sunrise is here from the east according to the coordinate system, and the sunrise is east here at the same moment. But according to the coordinate system, the sun moves from here to here. You see that? From here to here. Do you understand, guys? You're breaking the coordinate system from here to here. In reality, that's from east to west. And then on sunset, it sets in this direction. And this one sets in this direction. Totally no sequence in your map. And that's why we use the Cleasons, because each and every direction is 100% correct. You see that, how this works on this spot for the observer. Sunrise from east to west. Each observer sees its own sun. You see the similarity? From east to west. From east to west. And it don't break the sequence. like your map.
Circling Sun AE map projection. What that is it's they generally state different projections for different levels of education. So when they're trying to teach people about the Earth, they generally like to put all of the continents in a stylistic way so you can get a better representation of it.
So they create equations in a stylistic way. Just like your map. I remember you saying that.
This version of the map has been done in a stylish portrait.
So this is a stylish portrait. Your read map is nothing more than a wall hanger. It have nothing. No working coordinate system. No working scale. Oh, look here. A coordinate system and a scale. This map have it all. Look, a scale. This scale represents 1,000 miles. For each latitude. So we can move this to the equator. So this must be 1,000 miles. According to the scale. I can move it up to the 60th latitude here. I overlay it. This represents 1,000 miles. Or I move it to the 60 latitude south. And this represents 1,000 miles. This is how scales work.
If you try to debunk us, and every time you do it, we will destroy you.
This stunningly detailed satellite image of the world, detailed land cover data.
So now satellites do exist and take the pictures of Earth. Get lost, man.
So what they did was they took a globe and then they squished it and stretched Antarctica out to the outside of the globe. Right, so it thereby destroyed all of your navigable ways that you can use the map. There's no east, north, south, and west.
You talk about the Cleases now, but I think you are confused. You talk about your own map. It's impossible to navigate on that because I show you all the directions are off. Let's see. If the coordinate system is broke, then we cannot navigate blindly. So let's first move to this location, the 150th longitude. 28 south. So that would be 150. Let me zoom in a little bit. Would be around here. And the 28 latitude south would be around here. Let me move this spot up. Here. Now let's move to the tip of South America with 50 degrees south and 70 degrees west. So that would be 70 degrees west. And 50 degrees south. That would be here. Now let's move to the tip of South Africa. 36 degrees south and 20 degrees east. And 36 degrees south would be around here. So we can see the 3 red dots. Oh! Oh, all spot on! South Africa! East Australia! And the tip of South America! Well, I prefer to take this map with me when navigating than your map and navigate and die on the ocean. Maybe you guys have to show us your coordinate system, you know, outnumbering on them, and then do blind navigation. That's impossible. You cannot navigate on this map. So, can you try it? Here, you have some coordinate needle. Maybe you can use it in a circular way or in a square way. I don't think you can use it. Your map is useless.
This path is horizon to horizon around you, the sun coming out of Earth, setting into Earth. And it's good that he's actually showing the real path of the sun, where it comes out of the ground and sets into the ground.
Into the ground, out the ground. No, that sounds stupid. That is not what I believe. I think the celestial bodies are created just above the horizon, in a thick layer of atmosphere, or just in front of it. Into the ground, out the ground. No, that sounds stupid. That is not what I believe. I think the celestial bodies are created just above the horizon, in a thick layer of atmosphere, or just in front of it. I don't think the moon comes out of the ground. I think it creates itself just above the horizon, in front of the atmosphere, or in it. Here is some footage from my friend in Germany, Klaus Unnerum. Let's check it out. The camera work is getting a little bit better in a moment. Look how this is dripping down from the top. It's like building itself up, like wet mud sliding off a hill. I speeded up some parts to make it better visible. This is a nice shot where we can see it very clear coming out of the top. This is from another video from Klaus. I will play a couple of others now. Here we can see the same effect, but it's very hard to find good moonrise footage. Here we have one. This one is a little bit better. And we can see from the top it's dripping down to the bottom. And like we can see, the center of the moon don't have that distortion, only the edges. And here with the sun we can see the same, of course, building itself up on the horizon. Sunset is doing exactly the opposite. I have enough of you two. I showed you were lying to me, and I debunked it hardcore. So you need to correct your lies about me. And if people want to see more debunks on their map, my channels are full with it. So scroll down in my video list. And you two, stop using that idiot map. That's going nowhere. It's wrong. So come over to the Gleason side. Okay, bye bye, pieces of shit.
Everybody can debunk us. Asteroids and
And asteroids.
And asteroids.
And then asteroids, call it asteroids. Asteroids. Asteroids.
asteroids. Asteroids.
And I played asteroids.
The asteroids. The asteroids.
Call it asteroids. Call the map that we promote asteroids.
Even the bullets. Even the bullets, right?
Yeah, everything. The angle,
Everything
the
right.
velocity.
Okay, does everyone understand how that works? So again,
asteroids will destroy you.
Shut up.